Shawn Corey Carter, born December 4, 1969, known professionally as Jay-Z, is an American rapper and entrepreneur. Personal life: Jay-Z and Beyoncé performing in November 2009. In 2002, Jay-Z and singer Beyoncé collaborated on the song "03 Bonnie and Clyde." He also appeared on Beyoncé's hit single, "Crazy in Love" the following year, as well as the song "That's How You Like It" from her debut album Dangerously in Love, 2003. On her second album, Birthday, he made appearances on the hits "Deja Vu" and "Upgrade You." In the video for the latter song, she comically imitates his appearance. They kept a low profile while dating, and were married on April 4, 2008, in a private ceremony in Tribeca, New York City. Their relationship became a matter of public record on April 22, 2008. Although Beyoncé did not publicly debut her $5 million Lorraine Schwartz-designed wedding ring until the Fashion Rocks concert on September 5, 2008. Since their marriage, they generally avoid discussing their relationship, and Beyoncé has stated her belief that this has helped them, while Jay-Z agreed in a People article that they do not play with their relationship. In 2006, Beyoncé and Jay-Z were listed as the most powerful couple for Time magazine's 100 Most Influential People. In January 2009, Forbes ranked them as Hollywood's top-earning couple, with a combined total of $162 million. They made it to the top of the list the following year, with a combined total of $122 million between June 2008 and June 2009. At the 2011 MTV Video Music Awards, Beyoncé revealed that she was pregnant with their first child. Their daughter, Blue Ivy Carter, was born at New York's Lenox Hill Hospital on January 7, 2012. Jay-Z released "Glory," a song dedicated to Blue Ivy, through his Life Plus Times website on January 9, 2012. The song, produced by frequent collaborators The Neptunes, detailed the couple's pregnancy struggles, including a miscarriage Beyoncé had suffered. Blue Ivy's cries were included at the end of the song, and she was officially credited on the song as B.I.C. She became the youngest person in Billboard history, at 2 days old, have a chart entry when "Glory" debuted at number 74 on Hot R&B/Hip Hop Songs. On June 18, 2017, Beyoncé's father Matthew Knowles confirmed that she had given birth to twins with Jay-Z, a daughter named Rumi and a son named Sir. The following months, they purchased a $88 million home in the Bel Air neighborhood of Los Angeles. In 2023, the couple bought a house in Malibu, California, designed by the architect Tadao Ando, for $200 million. It established a record for the most expensive residence sold in California. Early life and education: Shawn Corey Carter was born on December 4, 1969, in Brooklyn, New York City. He was raised in Marcy Houses, a public housing project in Brooklyn's Bedford-Stuyvesant neighborhood. His father, Adnis Reeves, abandoned the family, and Jay-Z and his 3 older siblings were raised by his mother, Gloria Carter. Reeves later met and reconciled with Jay-Z prior to his death in 2003. Jay-Z claims in his lyrics that, in 1982, at age 12, he shot his older brother in the shoulder for stealing his jewelry. He attended Eli Whitney High School and George Westinghouse Career and Technical Education High School, both in Brooklyn, and then Trenton Central High School in Trenton, New Jersey. He did not graduate, dropping out during his sophomore year at Trenton Central High School. According to his interviews and lyrics, he sold crack cocaine and was shot at 3 times during this period. His former friend was sentenced to prison for possessing drugs and weapons, known as Jazzy around the neighborhood. He later adopted the stage name Jay-Z in homage to his mentor Jay-Z. Career: Jay-Z can be briefly heard on several of Jay-Z's early recordings in the late 1980s and early 1990s, including H.P. Gets Busy, The Originators and Hawaiian Sophie. Jay-Z became embroiled in several battles with rapper LL Cool J in the early 1990s. He first became known to a wide audience on the Posse Cut Show and Prove on the 1994 Big Daddy Kane album Daddy's Home. Jay-Z has been referred to as Big Daddy Kane's hype man during this period, although Kane explains that he did not fill the traditional hype man role and was instead basically making cameo appearances on stage. "When I would leave the stage to go change outfits, I would bring out Jay-Z and Positive K and let them freestyle until I came back to the stage." According to his second verse on 99 Problems, released in 2003, Jay-Z was allegedly stopped by an NYPD detective in 1994 while en route to I-95, possibly for a search of drugs in his car.
Detection dogs were called, but another police car had passed. Jay-Z was let go soon after. Jay-Z appeared on a popular song by Big L, The Graveyard, and on Mike Geronimo's Time to Build, which also featured early appearances by his former Murder Incorporated colleagues Ja Rule and DMX in 1995. His first official rap single was In My Lifetime, which was released with an accompanying music video in 1995. An unreleased music video was also produced for the B-side, I Can't Get With That. 1995 to 2000, Reasonable Doubt, In My Lifetime, Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3, and The Dynasty. With no major label to give him a record deal, Jay-Z sold burned CDs out of his car, and with Dame Dash and Kareem Biggs Burke, created Rockefeller Records as an independent label in 1995. After striking a distribution deal with Priority, Jay-Z released his 1996 debut album Reasonable Doubt with beats from acclaimed producers such as DJ Premier and Super DJ Clark Kent and an appearance by the Notorious B.I.G. The album reached number 23 on the Billboard 200 and was generally favored by critics. This album would later be included in Rolling Stone's 500 Greatest Albums of All Time as number 248 and eventually reach platinum status. After reaching a new label distribution deal with Def Jam in 1997, Jay-Z released his follow-up In My Lifetime, Volume 1. Featuring production by Sean Puff Daddy Combs, DJ Premier, and Ski, it earned platinum status in the United States. In 1998, Jay-Z released Volume 2. Hard Knock Life, which spawned the biggest hit of his career at the time, Hard Knock Life, Ghetto Anthem. He relied more on flow and wordplay, and he continued with his penchant for mining beats from the popular producers of the day such as Swizz Beatz, an upstart in-house producer for Rough Riders, and Timbaland. Other producers included DJ Premier, Eric Sermon, The 45 King, and Kid Capri. Charting hits from this album included Can I Get It, featuring Ja Rule and Emil, and Nigga What, Nigga Who, featuring Emil and Jay-Z. Volume 2 would eventually become Jay-Z's most commercially successful album. It was certified 5 times platinum in the United States and has to date sold over 5 million copies. The album went on to win a Grammy Award, although Jay-Z boycotted the ceremony protesting DMX's failure to garner a Grammy nomination and the Academy's decision to not broadcast urban music categories. In 1999, Jay-Z collaborated with Mariah Carey on Heartbreaker, a song from her 7th album, Rainbow. The song became Jay-Z's first chart topper in the U.S., spending 2 weeks atop the Billboard Hot 100. In that same year, Jay-Z released Volume 3. Life and Times of S. Carter. The album proved successful and sold over 3 million copies. Volume 3's most successful single was Big Pimpin', featuring UGK. In 2000, Jay-Z released The Dynasty, Rock La Familia, which was originally intended to become a compilation album for Rockefeller artists, but Def Jam turned into a Jay-Z album. The album helped to introduce newcomer producers The Neptunes, Just Blaze, Kanye West, and Bink, which have all gone on to achieve notable success. This is also the first album where Jay-Z utilizes a more soulful sound than his previous albums. The Dynasty sold over 2 million units in the U.S. alone. 2001 to 2002, feud with Nas, The Blueprint and The Blueprint 2. In 2001, Jay-Z spoke out against Prodigy after he took an issue with a Jay-Z line from Money, Cash, host that he felt alluded disparagingly to Mobb Deep and Prodigy's dispute with Tupac Shakur, Snoop Dogg, and Death Row Records. He later performed the song Takeover at Summer Jam 2001, which initially attacked Prodigy and revealed photos of Prodigy dressed like Michael Jackson. A line at the end of Takeover referred to Nas, who criticized him on We Will Survive. Nas responded with a diss track called Ether, and Jay-Z straightaway added a verse to Takeover which dissed Nas and would start a feud between the two rappers. The feud had ended by 2005. Jay-Z stated that record producer Mark Pitts had helped them settle their differences. On September 11, 2001, Jay-Z released his 6th studio album, The Blueprint, which received a 5-mic review from hip-hop magazine The Source. Written in just 2 days, 55, the album sold more than 427,000 copies, debuted at number 1 on the Billboard 200 and reached double platinum certification by the Recording Industry Association of America. Eminem guest performed and produced its song, Renegade. 4 tracks were produced by Kanye West. The Blueprint includes the songs Izzo, HOV, Girls, 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 Jigga That Nigga, and Song Cry. As of February 2012, the album had sold 2.7 million copies worldwide. In 2019, the blueprint was selected by the Library of Congress for preservation in the National Recording Registry for being culturally, historically, or aesthetically significant. In October 2001, Jay-Z pleaded guilty to aggravated assault for stabbing record producer Lance Rivera at the Kit Kat Club in New York City in 1999. Despite Jay-Z's sentence of 3 years probation for the crime, Rivera later recanted the allegations in 2023. Jay-Z then collaborated with Chicago singer R. Kelly to release collaborative studio album, The Best of Both Worlds, in March 2002. In November of that year, Jay-Z released his seventh studio album The Blueprint 2, The Gift and the Curse, a double album. The album debuted on the Billboard 200 at number 1, selling over 3 million units solely in the U.S. and surpassing The Blueprint. It yielded a single-disc reissue, The Blueprint 2.1, which retained half of the songs from the original. Its original release spawned two hit singles, Excuse Me Miss and '03 Bonnie and Clyde, which features Jay-Z's then-girlfriend, Beyoncé, and contained the track A Dream, featuring Faith Evans and the late Notorious B.I.G. The reissue spawned the single La La La, which was a sequel to Excuse Me Miss and failed to match its commercial success. 2003 to 2005, The Black Album and initial retirement. Jay-Z in 2003. After visiting the south of France, Jay-Z announced work on his eighth studio album, The Black Album, at the opening of the 4040 Club. He worked with several producers including Just Blaze, The Neptunes, Kanye West, Timbaland, Eminem, DJ Quick, Ninth Wonder, The Buchanans, and Rick Rubin. Notable songs on the album included What More Can I Say, Dirt Off Your Shoulder, Change Clothes, and 99 Problems. The Black Album has sold over 3 million copies in the U.S. On November 25, 2003, Jay-Z held a concert billed as a retirement party at Madison Square Garden in New York City, which was later the focus of his 2004 documentary, Fade to Black. All proceeds went to charity. Other performers included collaborators The Roots, in the form of his backing band, Missy Elliott, Memphis Bleek, Beanie Sigel, Freeway, Mary J. Blige, Beyoncé, Twista, Ghostface Killah, Foxy Brown, Pharrell Williams and R. Kelly, with appearances by Violetta Wallace and Afeni Shakur, the mothers of the Notorious B.I.G. and Tupac Shakur, respectively. While Jay-Z had attested to a retirement from making new studio albums, various side projects and appearances soon followed. Included in these were a greatest hits record, as well as the release and tour of Unfinished Business, the second collaborative album between Jay-Z and R. Kelly. In 2004, Jay-Z collaborated with rock group Linkin Park, in which they released their collaborative remix EP Collision Course, which featured mashups of both artists' songs, as well as a concert DVD. The album's only single, Numb/Encore, went on to win a Grammy Award for Best Rap/Song Collaboration, and was performed with Linkin Park live at the Grammys, with a special appearance by Paul McCartney, who added verses from the song Yesterday. The EP sold over 1 million copies in the U.S. Jay-Z was the executive producer of The Rising Tide, the debut album of Fort Minor, the hip-hop side project of Linkin Park rapper Mike Shinoda. Jay-Z also planned to retire in 2004. Later in 2004, Jay-Z was named president of Def Jam Records, which led to Jay-Z, Dash and Big selling their remaining interests in Rockefeller Records and Jay-Z taking control of both of the companies. 67. Reportedly, this major industry move was prompted by disagreements between Jay-Z and Dash as to what direction Rockefeller could undertake. 2005 to 2007, Kingdom Come an American Gangster. Jay-Z performing in 2006. On October 27, 2005, Jay-Z headlined New York's Power 105.1 annual concert, Powerhouse. The concert was entitled the I Declare War concert, leading to intense speculation in the weeks preceding the event on whom exactly Jay-Z would declare war. As he had previously declared war on other artists taking lyrical shots at him at other events, many believed that the Powerhouse show would represent an all-out assault by Jay-Z upon his rivals. The theme of the concert was Jay-Z's position as president and CEO of Def Jam, complete with an onstage mock-up of the Oval Office. Many artists made appearances, such as the old roster of Rockefeller Records artists, as well as Neo, Tierra Mari, T.I., Young Jeezy, Akon, Kanye West, Paul Wall, The Lox, and Diddy. At the conclusion of the concert, Jay-Z put many arguments to rest, to the surprise of hip-hop fans. The most significant development in the show was closure to the infamous hip-hop rivalry between Jay-Z and Nas. The two former rivals shook hands and shared the stage together to perform Jay-Z's Dead Presidents blended with Nas's song The World Is Yours. Jay-Z returned with his comeback album on November 21, 2006, titled Kingdom Come. Jay-Z's comeback single, Show Me What You Got, was leaked on the internet in early October 2006, scheduled to be released later on that month, received heavy airplay after its leak, causing the FBI to step in and investigate. Jay-Z worked with video director Hype Williams, and the single's video was directed by Gary Gray. The album features production from Just Blaze, Pharrell, Kanye West, Dr. Dre and Coldplay's Chris Martin. Single entitled Beach Chair, the first week saw 680,000 sales of the CD, enough to be his biggest sales week ever. As Billboard reported, this album has sold 2 million copies in the U.S. Jay-Z released his 10th album entitled American Gangster on November 6, 2007. After viewing the Ridley Scott film of the same name, Jay-Z was heavily inspired to create a new concept album that depicts his experiences as a street hustler. 77. The album is not the film's official soundtrack, although it was distributed by Def Jam. Jay-Z's American Gangster depicts his life in correlation to the movie American Gangster. At the start of the album's first single, Blue Magic, Jay-Z offers a dealer's manifesto while making references to political figures of the late 1980s with the lyric, "Blame Reagan for making me into a monster, blame Oliver North and Iran-Contra, Iran contraband that they sponsored, before this rhyme and stuff we was in concert." Also notable about the Blue Magic music video was Jay-Z flashing €500 notes. Harvard Business School professor Rawi Abdullah called this a turning point in American pop culture's response to globalization. The album has sold 1 million copies in the U.S. On January 1, 2008, Jay-Z resigned as president of Def Jam. 2008 to 2011, The Blueprint 3 and Watch the Throne. Jay-Z performing in 2008. In winter 2008, it was announced that Jay-Z would become the first major hip-hop artist to headline Britain's Glastonbury Festival. Tickets sold out quickly. Former headliner Noel Gallagher of Oasis condemned the festival organizers for choosing Jay-Z to headline a traditionally guitar-driven festival. "I'm sorry, but Jay-Z?" Gallagher asked, swearing. "No chance. Glastonbury has a tradition of, guitar music, do you know what I mean? And even when they throw the odd curveballs in on a Sunday night you go, Kylie Minogue? I don't know about that. Do you know what I mean? But I'm not having hip-hop at Glastonbury, no way, no. It's wrong." As controversy mounted, Jay-Z replied, "We don't play guitars, Noel, but hip-hop has put in its work like any other form of music. This headline show is just a natural progression. Rap music is still evolving. We have to respect each other's genre of music and move forward." Jay-Z opened his Glastonbury set with a tongue-in-cheek cover of Oasis's iconic song Wonderwall and went on to deliver a performance heralded as a successful response to pre-festival criticism. He also headlined many other summer festivals in 2008, including Roskilde Festival in Denmark, Hove Festival in Norway and O2 Wireless Festival in London. During Kanye West's concert of August 6, 2008, at Madison Square Garden, Jay-Z came out to perform a new song and he and West proclaimed that it was to be on the Blueprint 3. On May 21, 2009, Jay-Z announced he would be parting ways with Def Jam and had struck a multi-million-dollar deal to sign with Live Nation, with whom he would start his Rock Nation imprint, which would serve as a record label, talent/management agency, and music publishing company, and also partnered with production team Stargate to start a record label called Star Rock. Jay-Z's 11th studio album, The Blueprint 3, was originally to be released on September 11, 2009, but was instead released in North America on September 8, 2009. Due to increasing anticipation, its international release followed on September 1. It is his 11th album to reach number 1 on the Billboard 200 and has surpassed Elvis Presley's previous record, making him the current solo artist record holder. On October 9, 2009, Jay-Z kicked off his tour for the Blueprint 3, during which he supported his new album in North America. In a Shave magazine review of his performance at Rexall Place in Edmonton, Jake Tomlinson expressed that it was the type of smooth performance you would expect from the hip-hop superstar. The review gave this performance 4 stars. His North American tour continued until November 22, 2009. His concert on November 8, 2009, at UCLA's Pauley Pavilion, Rihanna joined him on stage and performed Hard for the first time, then performed Run This Town with Jay-Z. Among his success, Jay-Z has ventured into producing Broadway shows. Along with Jada Pinkett Smith and Will Smith, Jay-Z helped produce the play Fela, a musical celebrating the work of the late Nigerian star Fela Kuti. Jay-Z said he was inspired by the power of Kuti's work and his life story, which resulted in his interest to help produce the musical. Fela is a story about an African pioneer and political activist who made his first moves on the scene during the 1970s. Jay-Z performing at the Coachella Valley Music and Arts Festival in April 2010. On January 23, 2010, Jay-Z released a track, Stranded, Haiti Mon Amour, with Rihanna and U2's Bono and The Edge, as well as performing it at the Hope for Haiti Now telethon. 102. In June 2010, Eminem and Jay-Z announced they would perform together in a pair of concerts in Detroit and New York. The event was dubbed the Home and Home Tour. The first two concerts rapidly sold out, prompting the scheduling of an additional show at each venue. Jay-Z was the supporting act for U2 on the Australian and New Zealand leg of the U2 360 Degrees Tour, beginning in Auckland, New Zealand, in November 2010, followed by Melbourne, Sydney, Brisbane and Perth in December. Jay-Z also appeared on stage during U2 performances of Sunday Bloody Sunday, and in Auckland also on a 5-track EP entitled Watch the Throne, although it was later revealed by West that the project had become a full-length LP. Recording sessions for the album took place at various recording locations and began in November 2010. The first single released for the project was H.A.M. The track was co-produced by Lex Luger and West himself. The track ended up being on the deluxe edition of the album. The follow-up to that was the second single Otis, which premiered on Funkmaster Flex's Hot 97 radio show and was later released to the iTunes Store 11 days later. The song's existence, along with several other tracks from the album, was confirmed during a listening session hosted by Jay-Z. The album was first released on the iTunes Store 5 days prior to its being released in physical format, a strategy Jay-Z later said was used to block an internet leak. It debuted at number 1 on the iTunes Store in 23 countries. It also broke Coldplay's record for most albums sold in 1 week on the online retailer, selling 290,000 copies on iTunes alone. It held that record until Lil Wayne's The Carter 4 was released 21 days later, selling 10,000 copies more. It debuted on the U.S. Billboard 200 chart at number 1, selling 436,000 copies in its first week. The album received generally positive reviews. Jay-Z and West later gave a surprise performance of Otis at the 2011 MTV Video Music Awards. 2012 to 2016, Magna Carta Holy Grail and Other Ventures. Jay-Z and his wife Beyoncé after his performance of Tom Ford on the Mrs. Carter Show World Tour in 2013. Jay-Z collaborated with M.I. on her single XXXO, which achieved a fair level of success and went on to become remixed by several producers worldwide. In May 2012, Jay-Z and former Philadelphia Mayor Michael A. Nutter announced Jay-Z as the curator and the headliner for the first annual Budweiser Made in America Festival at Fairmount Park in Philadelphia on September 1 and 2, 2012. The performance was produced by Live Nation and assembled an eclectic lineup of rock, hip-hop, R&B, Latin music and dance musicians. Jay-Z and Rihanna were the two main headlining acts for BBC Radio 1's 2012 Hackney Weekend Music Festival on June 23 to 24. Jay-Z opened his set with an appearance from Rihanna. They performed Run This Town. On September 6, Clique was released, a single from the album Cruel Summer by Good Music. Kanye West and Big Sean starred alongside Jay-Z on the track. Jay-Z took the subway to his sold-out show at the Barclays Center on October 6, 2012. On November 12, 2012, Coldplay announced that they will be playing with Jay-Z at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn on December 31. On September 23, 2010, Q-Tip confirmed working on Jay-Z's follow-up album to The Blueprint 3, saying the album was to hit stores by spring 2011. By end May 2012, it was reported that Jay-Z would work on new music with Roc Nation producer Jaleel Beats. Beats told XXL Magazine, "Me and Jay-Z been going back and forth. He picked a couple of my joints that he's working on. I don't even want to say too much about Jay, but we definitely working on some stuff. I haven't even sent him a bunch of beats. I sent him my favorite stuff. He hit me right back like, yo, I'm a go in on this, or I like this." The album has been named one of the most anticipated albums of 2013 by Complex Magazine, MTV, and XXL. Production will come from Jaleel Beats, Kanye West, Rick Rubin, Swizz Beatz, Timbaland, and Pharrell Williams. Jay-Z also made an appearance on Justin Timberlake's comeback single Suit and Tie from his third studio album The 2020 Experience. The song itself was produced by both Jay-Z and Timberlake's mutual friend, Timbaland. Timberlake and Jay-Z embarked on the co-headlining Legends of the Summer Stadium tour. During the fifth game of the 2013 NBA Finals, Carter announced his 12th studio album, Magna Carta Holy Grail, and was released on July 4, 2013. Not long after, Jay-Z confirmed that the hyphen in his stage name would be left out and officially stylized in all capital letters. Magna Carta Holy Grail debuted at number 1 on the Billboard 200 and sold 528,000 copies in its first week, which bypassed its predicted debut in the range of 350,000 to 400,000. In December 2013, it was announced that Jay-Z had received 9 nominations at the 2014 Grammy Awards, more than any other artist. Jay-Z appeared on his wife Beyoncé's self-titled fifth studio album, Beyoncé, with a feature on the song Drunk in Love. They performed this song together at the 56th Annual Grammy Awards opening. The song and its accompanying album would later win 3 Grammy Awards, including Best R&B Performance at the 2015 ceremony. In 2016, he won a lawsuit for the song Made in America with Kanye West featuring Frank Ocean against Joel McDonald. Since 2017, for 44 and Everything Is Love. Jay-Z announcing the Everything Is Love album in London in 2017. In early June 2017, posters were displayed in New York City and Los Angeles, and banner ads were placed on the internet promoting a title-related project titled 4:44. A teaser ad was aired during the NBA Finals on June 7 featuring actors Mahershala Ali, Lupita Nyong'o and Danny Glover in a 1-minute video, ending in 4:44, June 30, 17, exclusively on Tidal. On June 18, the project was confirmed to be a new Jay-Z album, and a clip featuring a song titled Adness was posted on Sprint's YouTube page. 4:44 was released through Roc Nation and Universal Music Group, as an exclusive to Sprint and Tidal customers. The album is the first in a planned series of music exclusives from the Sprint-Tidal partnership. For a short time, on July 2, the album was made available for free digital download in Tidal's site. A physical edition was released on July 7, including 3 additional tracks. On the same day, the album was made available to other streaming platforms, such as Apple Music, Google Play Music and Amazon Music. The album received widespread acclaim from critics, who praised its emotional and personal content. On July 5, the album was certified platinum by the Recording Industry Association of America, RIA, in recognition of 1 million copies purchased by Sprint and offered to consumers as free downloads. It debuted at number 1 on the U.S. Billboard 200, making it Jay-Z's 13th consecutive studio album to top the chart. The album spawned 2 singles, the title track 4:44 and Bam, as well as several music videos, directed by a variety of high-profile collaborators. The album received a Grammy Award nomination for Album of the Year, while the title track was nominated for Song of the Year and The Story of O.J. was nominated for Record of the Year at the 60th Annual Grammy Awards. On June 6, 2018, Jay-Z and Beyoncé kicked off the On the Run 2 tour in Cardiff, United Kingdom. 10 days later, at their final London performance, the pair unveiled Everything Is Love, their much-awaited joint studio album, credited under the name The Carters. The pair also released the video for the album's lead single, Apes Hit, on Beyoncé's official YouTube channel. The song won 2 awards from 8 nominations at the 2018 MTV Video Music Awards. In 2021, Jay-Z was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame along with fellow rapper LL Cool J. He also appeared on the song Jail on Kanye West's 2021 album Donda, which went on to win Grammy Award for Best Rap Song at the 64th Annual Grammy Awards, and on the song Love All from Drake's 2021 album Certified Lover Boy. In 2022, his first feature was a collaboration with fellow rapper Pusha T, Neck and Wrist featuring Pharrell Williams from Pusha T's album, It's Almost Dry. His feature was succeeded by a 4-minute guest appearance on DJ Khaled's album title track, God Did. He also was awarded the Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Variety Special, Live, as a producer for the Super Bowl 56 halftime show. Musical style. Influences. Jay-Z says his earliest exposure to music was through his parents' record collection, which was mostly of soul artists such as Marvin Gaye and Donny Hathaway. He says, "I grew up around music, listening to all types of people. I'm into music that has soul in it, whether it be rap, R&B, pop music, whatever. As long as I can feel their soul through the wax, that's what I really listen to." He often uses excerpts from these artists as samples in his work, particularly in the Kanye West productions included on the Blueprint. Rapping technique. Royce de 5 feet 9 inches and Fredro Starr of Onyx both describe Jay-Z's emphasis on flow in the book How to Rap. Starr says that Jay-Z is a master of the flow. He can flow fast, he can flow slow. The book describes how Jay-Z uses rests to provide structure to a verse and how he uses partial linking to add more rhymes to a verse. Jay-Z's early style is described by Vibe as a distinctly Das EFX type, Stiggity style on his 12 single Can't Get With That, referring to the fast rhythms and vocal delivery of the group Das EFX. He is also known to write lyrics in his head, as described by Pusha T of Clips and How to Rap, a style popular with many MCs such as the Notorious B.I.G., Everlast, Bobby Creekwater and Gorilla Black. Shock G of Digital Underground describes Jay-Z's live performance style, saying he rarely breaks a sweat, and instead uses smoothness and clever wordplay to keep the audience interested and entertained. Jay-Z's fast rapping technique, also known as the triplet rhyme, was developed during his early years of creating music with former mentor Jay-Z. Business career. Jay-Z has also established himself as a successful entrepreneur with a business empire spanning a variety of industries from clothing lines, beverages, real estate, sport teams, and record labels. In an interview, he stated that "My brands are an extension of me. They're close to me. It's not like running GM, where there's no emotional attachment." Rocawear. Jay-Z and Damon Dash are the founders of the urban clothing brand Rocawear. Rocawear has clothing lines and accessories for men, women, and children. The line was taken over by Jay-Z in early 2006 following a falling out with Dash. In March 2007, Jay-Z sold the rights to the Rocawear brand to Iconics Brand Group for $204 million. He retains his stake in the company and continues to oversee the marketing, licensing, and product development. Reebok. Jay-Z became the first rapper in Reebok's history to endorse the company's footwear, signing a 3-year endorsement deal. He later appeared in a 2003 Reebok collection advertising his S. Carter collection. Later that year, he and frenemy 50 Cent appeared in a commercial to promote their S. Carter and G-Unit footwears for the company, with a Just Blaze produced song made for it. In 2006, Jay-Z's deal with Reebok expired, with no renewal. Alcoholic beverages. In 2014, Jay-Z invested $200 million in Armand de Brignac champagne owned at the time by Sovereign Brands, a New York-based wine and spirits company, for a 100% stake, making it the second alcoholic product acquisition in his financial investment portfolio. The brand is known for its popularity with high-profile artists as being the gold bottles often referred to in media. His ties to the company date back to 2006, and he received millions of dollars per year for his association with Armand de Brignac before he bought the entire company. 161. Jay-Z serves as co-brand director for Budweiser Select and collaborates with the company on strategic marketing programs and creative ad development. He provides direction on brand programs and ads that appear on TV, radio, print, and high-profile events. Technology. In March 2015, Jay-Z completed the $56 million acquisition of Aspiro, a Norwegian media technology company that operates the subscription-based music streaming service Tidal, which has been in operation since October 2014. The music service was acquired through his company Project Panther Bidco Limited, an entity indirectly owned by Jay-Z's S. Carter Enterprises, a company holding interests in leading international music, media, and entertainment companies. The music service combines audio and music videos with curated editorial. The main idea of the service is to bring major revenue streams back to the music artists themselves, as the idea of an artist-owned streaming platform was stated as to restore the value to music by launching a service owned by artists. Jay-Z currently, is a major shareholder in the company. In July 2015, Carter made a significant investment to JetSmarter, an app helping people book private executive plane flights. The app was built by Sergey Petrosov. Music industry. From 2005 to 2007, Jay-Z was inaugurated as the president of Def Jam Recordings. Under Jay-Z's leadership, Def Jam launched the successful careers of contemporary R&B singers Rihanna and Ne-Yo. At the end of 2007, after he released American Gangster, Jay-Z decided not to renew his contract as the president and CEO of Def Jam. Shortly after, he started his Live Nation venture, Roc Nation. In April 2011, it was reported that Jay-Z had outbid executives at Universal Music and Jive Records to acquire independent record label Blockstar's Music. Sporting business. For a decade, 2003 to 2013, Jay-Z enjoyed his role as a part owner of the Brooklyn Nets NBA team, having paid a reported $1 million for his share, which declined in value to $350,000 in April 2013, based on Forbes magazine's valuation of the team. He encouraged the team's relocation to Brooklyn's Barclays Center from New Jersey in the 2012 to 2013 season, at which point the team took on the Brooklyn Nets moniker. On April 18, 2013, Jay-Z officially announced through his Life Plus Times website in a press release that he would be relinquishing his ownership in the Brooklyn Nets. The shares were eventually sold to singer, rapper, actor, and entrepreneur Will Pan, making Pan the first American of Taiwanese descent to own a U.S. professional sports franchise. Jay-Z cited Pan's athletic background. He was a team captain of his high school basketball team and played in college, his multitude of musical styles, his influence in the Taiwanese American community, and his business acumen and portfolio, including being the founder and chief executive of software company Camigo Media and a co-founder of streetwear boutique N.P.C. New Project Center, as reasons why his bid was successful. In September 2013, his stake in Barclays Center was sold for $1.5 million. On April 2, 2013, ESPN reported Jay-Z's plans to launch his own sports agency, Roc Nation Sports, with a focus on the representation of various professional athletes. The Sport Management Group is a partnership with creative artists agency in conjunction with the agency's launch. New York Yankees' second baseman Robinson Cano left agent Scott Boras to sign with the company. ESPN also mentioned that Jay-Z himself was planning to be a certified sports agent, first in baseball and eventually in basketball and football. In order to represent clients in basketball, he would have to give up his small share of the Brooklyn Nets. In October 2005, he was reported in English media as considering buying a stake of Arsenal FC, an English soccer team, through his conglomerate company Gain Global Investments Network LLC. He had an interest estimated between 2 and 7% in the Aqueduct Entertainment Group (AEG) consortium, which in January 2010 was awarded a contract to operate a 4,500 slot machine casino at the Aqueduct racetrack. Jay-Z became interested in the project after New York Governor David Paterson, who awarded the contract, said there had to be an affirmative action component to the ownership. Jay-Z was initially approached by casino mogul Steve Wynn, who was also bidding on the contract. On March 9, 2010, Jay-Z and Flake withdrew from the project, and Paterson recused himself from further involvement. Media. On April 5, 2011, Jay-Z launched the popular culture and lifestyle online magazine Life Plus Times. It features content that showcases his high-end tastes in clothing, appliances, and cars. The site design is aesthetically aimed at the upwardly mobile young male demographic, with sports and music-related posts accompanying those about fashion and design. Among the music content is the Decoded series, originating from Jay-Z's memoir of the same name and featuring a select rapper deciphering their own lyrics. In January 2015, after being contacted by the webzine, the DJ and radio host Funkmaster Flex revealed that he had been contacted in 2013 for a story about a digital app he made at the time, but alleged that the information was instead used to help launch the Magna Carta Samsung app for the release of Jay-Z's album of the same name. But I was good with that. I ate that. Everybody's out here hustling, Flex reason to vibe. In 2016, he signed a 2-year exclusive film and TV deal with Weinstein Company, and with the deal gives them first-look options to create scripted and unscripted TV projects and film projects, and those projects were in works. As part of his deal with Weinstein Company, he produced a documentary series on the life of Kalief Browder, who was imprisoned for 3 years and committed suicide upon his release. He also addressed racial profiling and police brutality in a conscious manner. Other ventures. Jay-Z also co-owns the 4040 Club, an upscale sports bar that started in New York City and has since expanded to Atlantic City and Chicago. In 2008, the 4040 Club in Las Vegas was closed down and bought back by the hotel after attendance steadily declined. In 2005, Jay-Z became an investor in Carol's Daughter, a line of beauty products, including products for hair, skin, and hands. In 2010, he announced plans to expand his 4040 Club sports bar chain into as many as 20 airports, joining his Roc Nation business partners, husband and wife Juan and Desiree Perez, in a deal with Delaware North. On November 16, 2010, Jay-Z published a memoir entitled Decoded. The memoir was co-signed by Dream Hampton. Parlux Fragrances sued Jay-Z for $18 million for the failure of his cologne, Gold. They claim the cologne's failure is due to Jay-Z not doing social media posts and interviews about the cologne. Parlux claims they projected selling $15 million the first year and $35 million the second and subsequent years after the launch. The fragrance sold $14 million the first year and $6.1 million the second. Parlux lost money on the venture and have had constant returns of unsold inventory. Jay-Z collaborated with Cohiba to launch his own cigars. In August 2020, Jay-Z's Roc Nation partnered with Brooklyn's Long Island University to establish the Roc Nation School of Music, Sports and Entertainment. In November 2020, it was announced that Jay-Z would be joined TPCO Holding Corporation, a newly formed cannabis products company, in the role of Chief Visionary Officer. On December 5, 2022, Jay-Z and the Roc Nation announced their partnership with Caesars Entertainment to build and operate a casino property at Times Square.